Hi everyone. This presentation is titled Online Art Education Practice as a System. Thank you very much for watching our presentation. I am borimsong at East Carolina University, United States.
Welcome. I am kyungeunlim. I'm from Northern Arizona University, also United States.
So our research question is, how can art educators transmit their passion and enthusiasm for art teaching and learning to cultivate human potential in the virtual art classroom? So we approached virtual art education as a system and then investigated the ability of remote art learning to unlock students' capabilities. And three components for a virtual art classroom are digital technology and education. And we greatly inspired by D-Trent and D-Trent 2010. They viewed system with the culture, environment, and people, structure, and processes and technologies. And they are connected to each other and support each other. So inspired by their theory, this paper focuses on 6 elements that are mutually interactive. So they are instructor, student, community, cultural environment, content, and technology. So we have 3 themes for this paper. The first, connecting students' selves to learning, content, and processes. And second, connection and communication. And thirdly, blur the boundaries between the real and the virtual. And then, as you can see, all those 6 elements are very much interwoven in these topics and themes. In online art education, the students' self-directed learning plays a very critical role in online art education, whereby students can become aware of themselves by focusing on their own needs and learning processes. And each individual student's self-expression and self-efficacy are supported through e-learning activities such as selecting, viewing, reading, and posting their text and images in the art classroom, and connection and communication. So in order to improve students' learning performance, they need to experience social presence in online learning environments. And then we focus a lot on sharing feedback and building a learning community in virtual classrooms. And moving across the physical and the virtual was our third theme. Today, students approach living, learning, and communicating in ways that differ from those of previous generations. So these differences are particularly noticeable regarding their understanding of the boundary between the real and the virtual. And these present new challenges to online art educators. So research methodology, the settings, both of us have taught at Southeastern University, located in a different place, but sharing a similar system in the state. And this study examines art education courses targeted toward the non-art majors offered in 2020, all undergraduate courses. And we used both asynchronous and synchronous methods of teaching and learning. Data types, so qualitative content analysis was utilized to examine data sources from the 2 online undergraduate courses. And we collected and analyzed the following types of data. So curriculum contents and learning outcomes, including students' artworks and reflection papers. And we identified emerging themes and applied the grounded theory with open coding. And then Dr. Lim will continue our presentation.
So from here, I will explain the specific examples and how we specifically design our courses. So we talked about the structure of the asynchronous and synchronous structures of online teaching, and this is a basic framework how students submit their artwork. So the first stage is they have to read the directions, or based on the flipped learning system, we uploaded many different reading and watching video assignments on the canvas or the blackboard. So first step, students read the text and direction, and they watch the video that we created or we provided related to the themes or assignments. And next step, they create artwork and take pictures and write reflection papers about their artwork. And they review other students' work, and they receive the feedback from the instructor, and they have chance to enhance their artwork. And the final stage is they digitalize their work and submit their images or the video to Blackboard or Canvas system. Next, please. These images are asynchronous structures of our online teaching. This image is from Blackboard, and the next is from Canvas system. And the next one is actually many different type of digital technologies that we utilize in our virtual classes. One example we used is using Google Slide. We developed the Google Slide on the Google Slide system, and we embedded to them into Canvas system so students can read the slide in their convenience. Next, please. The first area is identity and self-reflected and self-directed art creation in virtual system. So we may wonder about how students can express or can integrate themselves in art images. So some examples, we utilize mask design that reflect themselves, and the next, or self-portrait assignments. So students create a self-portrait using many different artistic tools, and also sometimes they have to record the creation process and upload the video to the system. Next, please. As we indicated in the previous slide, through self-directed learning, students can become aware themselves in depth by focusing on their own needs and learning paces. So the self-efficacy is a belief that an individual has the competence to complete different assignments. To increase students having higher self-efficacy, we provided many opportunities students can manage complex tasks successfully, and as a result, they can get more interest in various digital technologies in online learning. Next, please. So one of our students indicated that I knew how to discipline myself to complete assignments and studying. I learned the technique to be productive while completing course online. Next, please. So here are more examples about self-directly or assignments about themselves. This is self-map, and next one is pick one theme. They're really interested in themselves, and they have to create Adobe Spark web page. Or next, please. They create an art image that reflect themselves or what they learned, what they felt throughout the semester with a reflection writing. Next, please. The next theme is connection. We build multi-layered feedback system, not only just providing feedback from the instructor, we also develop the system that students can share their feedback with a group or a whole class. So this is one example we designed to share the peer feedback. At least 3 students. Students have to leave a feedback to at least 3 students. The next slide will explain the examples of students have to concerns about when they leave feedback to other peers. For example, there talks about, is this artwork represent the themes or the topics, or it works well or it does not work well? And if you think this is not working well, they have to explain the reasons by using the knowledge they practiced throughout the semester.
So this study also found a blurred boundary between real and the virtual learning environments. And in conclusion, this study approaches the online art education as a system, so with the 6 elements, as you can see in this figure. And inspired by Nures, Chambers, and Sanford, illustrated educators teaching in the digital age as sailors who must rebuild their ship on the open sea. So based on these study findings, we encourage other art educators to embed the fluidity and flexibility into their online art education practices. And the references are here. And then thank you so much for watching our presentation. Take care.